I was brought up in an era of John Wayne and Henry Fonda movies where they're all in the army or military. And as a young kid, it had a thing about it. And I decided about 6 years old I was going to be a serviceman. I was going to go in the army. And at the age of 17, I dropped out of high school and badgered my mother and father to sign the papers and let me join the army. So at the age of 17, I went in. I spent 7, 8 years as an enlisted man. I worked for a colonel who decided I should be an officer and pushed me into OCS against my will. But once I got in, I realized he opened the door I would have never opened, and I became a commissioned officer. Oh, I was everywhere. I was in Thailand, I was in Korea, I was in Germany. Matter of fact, my first wife, well, I met in Berlin. We married. And I was in Vietnam. I had 2 tours in Vietnam. They sent me anywhere, and I was willing to go. I wanted to see the world, and they gave me that chance. It was at my first tour. It was kind of, what are we doing here, type thing, because we just didn't really have any battles immediately. We were just there, filling space. Then we started getting into conflicts and start doing that. Then I realized my training and the people we trained to bring over with us, we did have a mission. Now, we believed in the mission that America gave us. I know there are a lot of people that say it was a wasted war, but I think we did some good. My unit, for instance, we built a lot of schools. We helped a lot of the people that didn't have anything. We saved lives of villagers who were under the thumb of some of the North. We met a few people who had come back from there that were mere shadows of themselves when they came back. It took a lot of rebuilding for them to come back. They ran into some bad stuff. I believe that was a leader. So I shouldn't be behind the ranks. I should be up in front. I got chastised several times by the colonel for being up front. First time I tripped a booby trap and I got shrapnel below the knee. Not bad, but it was there, and it took me a while to heal. And about 2 months later, I hit another booby trap, and I was hit between my knees and my waist. And my medic was with a pair of tweezers pulling shrapnel out of me. And the third time I tripped the booby trap, I had come up to a large hedge with one small gate, and I thought it was a perfect place to be trapped. So I ran and I kicked the gate open. And when I kicked the gate open, I went inside, nothing happened. Went in, looked around, turned around to tell my men, okay, let's go inside and search and check. And the booby trap was in a tree. And as I turned around to go out, I think it was command detonated. I think there was somebody that had pushed a button because I had been in there for a while and it hadn't gone off. And it went off and blew my eardrum out. And I didn't realize how bad it was until years later when I had to start wearing hearing aids. But it was slowly leaking out. And I had some blood coming out, but I didn't think it was anything. I never reported it. I didn't get a Purple Heart for that. I got the Purple Heart for the other two, but I didn't get one for that. So I never reported it. This is the epitome of someone being in battle and having brought it home with them. It was something that not many people want. Nobody wants it, but they get it, and they sort of feel like I did my part. You know, I was there, and I did what I was supposed to do. Well, everybody goes into basic training when they first go in. And what advice I would give him would be listen to what the sergeants have to say. As an enlisted man who became an officer, I still depended on my NCOs. And that they know what they're doing, and they will give good sound advice. They're closer to the ground than anyone else. I'm very proud of my service. To me, my service was the most significant part of my life. I mean, I felt that I was being a guardian of American values.